Hello everybody, it is Michael here from My Retirement Trading, and this is episode 30 of Coffee and Dividends, my weekly recap. But today, we're going to do it a little bit different. I'm just going to go over the weekly recap real fast, tell you what approximately the monthly was, and the theme of this episode is going to be what is in my portfolio right now, or at least most of it, what's in there right now. But before I get into this, I must state that none of this is financial advice or a recommendation, and it is for entertainment purposes only. With that being said, let's get into it. Well, the theme of this episode is what's in my portfolio. And if you go over to blossomsocial.com and you look up at Michael Brownstein, you can see exactly what's in my portfolio and by percentages. And this is a great website. blossomsocial.com is for, investing, networking, and many other benefits. A lot of great posts every day. Can't say enough. I really like this site. I even went to one of their events in New York City. So I would highly recommend that. And I'll have a link in the description if anybody's interested in that. And you can actually join for free to get started. And I'm actually a pro member. But anyway, if you want to see exactly what's in my portfolio, head over to blossomsocial.com and look up at Michael Brownstein. And so I wrote down what's in my portfolio, and we're going to go over there to stock analysis, and I'm going to type them in one at a time and tell you what's in there. I'm only going to show like 96.5% what's in my portfolio, but my number 8 position, and it's only taking up 1.6%, is NVII by Rec Shares, and this one's based on NVIDIA, and it's a weekly payer, and I believe I got 100 and let me see if I can find that real quick. Anyway, that's a weekly payer, and here we are. And I got it right here. I got $141 this past week for it, approximately. And the week before, I got $184. And I believe I got about $15,000, maybe $15,500 in this. But it's coming in at 1.6%. And that is a weekly payer. And it's based on NVIDIA. And they got a pretty neat little strategy how they do their options on it, and they're I believe they only invest half the money and then cover half of it, and it's slightly leveraged. But anyway, I've been happy with it so far. But anyway, that's my number 8 position at 1.6%, and then coming in at number 7 is KQQQ, the Curve Technology Titan Select ETF. And I've got this in 2 accounts, and it's a monthly payer. It's by Curve Invest. And that is my number 7 position in my portfolio. Then the next one is the number 6 position is TSPY by Tap Alpha. This one's based on the S&P 500, and it pays monthly. And I've been very pleased with this so far. And I plan on growing this position a little bit further this year, hopefully. But that's my number 7 position. They says right here about TSPY. The Tap Alpha SPY Growth and Daily Income ETF TSPY is an exchange-traded fund that mostly invests in large cap equity. And it says the fund is actively managed, aiming to provide a balanced approach to growth and income from U.S. large cap equities. The fund holds long exposure to the S&P 500 index and writes daily out of the money calls using zero DTE options. That means 0 days to expiration. TSPY was launched on August 14, 2024, and it is issued by TAP Alpha. And like I said, I plan on increasing this a little bit this year. And then my number 5 position is IBIT. This is the BlackRock iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF. And I first got into this around late January, early February 2024. And at one time it had over doubled on me, and it's pulled back recently. But I wanted Bitcoin exposure, so this is one of my Bitcoin plays. And it shows right here, it's got 52.21 billion under assets in it. So anyway, that's my number 5 position is my Bitcoin play. And I'm looking at this as a lottery ticket, but who knows? Time will tell. But my number 5 position is IBIT. Moving up, the number 4 position is SPYI by Neos. This one's based on the S&P 500. And I've had this one for quite a while. This one's got over $8 billion assets under management, according to this. And this one's been paying about 12%, roughly, right around there. And I've really been enjoying the payments from this. This is a monthly payer. And this is one of my core positions. My number 4 position coming in at 4.7% is SPYI by Neos. And this one's based on the S&P 500, as it says up here. And basically, it's just a basic cover call ETF that pays monthly income. And they do a great job, in my opinion. Neos does. It's one of my favorite providers, them and Tap Alpha. So my number 3 position is, and it's coming in at 6.8%, is TDAQ by Tap Alpha. And this one's based on the NASDAQ, and it's a monthly pair as well. And I first bought into this when it first came out on September 4th, 2025. And anyway, it's coming in at 6.8%. And it basically, the fund holds long exposure to the NASDAQ 100 and writes daily out of the money calls using zero DTE options. TDAQ was launched September 4, 2025, and is issued by Tap Alpha. And like I said, this is my 3rd largest position. It's coming in at 6.8% and pays monthly income. And I've been very pleased so far. And I believe the distribution rate's about 17%. So no complaints there. Really like this one a lot. And I have increased this one quite a bit this year because I really have been enjoying it so far. Now, the number 2 position is QQQI by Neos. And this one is also based on the NASDAQ. And they've got, it looks like it has over $9 billion of assets under management. And I've really been enjoying this. I've been in this one for, I believe, at least a year and a half, going on almost, probably longer than that. So we're coming up on 2 years since I've been into this one. And it's a monthly payer. And like I said, it's 16.3% of my portfolio. And I've really been enjoying this one a lot. And I'll just read it real quick. It says the NEO's NASDAQ 100 High Income ETF, QQQI, is an exchange traded fund that mostly invests in large cap equity. The fund seeks high monthly income through NASDAQ 100 stocks and call options, pursuing potential equity growth in a tax efficient manner. QQQI was launched on January 30th, 2024 and is issued by NEOS. Like I said, this is my second largest holding, and I love the monthly income off this. So anyway, are we ready for the number one holding in my portfolio? It is coming in at 58.5%, Vanguard VOO. And this is an S&P 500 index fund ETF. And to tell you the truth, I have never made any money in the stock market, even though I've been investing, or no real significant money. I've been investing since about 1992 approximately. And I happened to read this book. A friend recommended it to me. Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. And basically, I had my main investment at the time was in a 401k, and I had it in a balance fund, and I never made any money. And I was in that fund for, I believe, 22 years. And I never made any money until I switched it all over to a S&P 500 index fund, and I started making money for the first time. And then when I left that job, I rolled that money into an IRA, and most of it is in Vanguard VOO at 58.5% of my total portfolio is Vanguard VOO. And like I said, it's the S&P 500 index fund. And let's just look at some of the holdings in it. Number one's NVIDIA, 7.83%, followed by Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google again, Broadcom, Meta, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, etc. I mean, it's got Walmart, Visa, Micron, MasterCard. It's very diverse fund, in my opinion. And to be honest, if I'd put all the rest of the money into this and left it, I probably would have had better performance. But this is my number one holding. And if I could only choose one fund, this would be it right here, in my opinion. An S&P 500 index fund. And the reason I got the Vanguard version of it, even though there's many providers of these, is I am a huge fan of Jack Bogle. And if I remember right, he invented the index fund, and he is the founder of Vanguard. And like I said, I have never made any money in my life until I got into an S&P 500 index fund. And I'm sure people do outperform it, but I haven't. And even last year, I was beating the S&P by a few percent all the way up to October. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I got this. And some things turned against me. And when it was all said and done, I underperformed the S&P 500. So, like I said, this is my number one holding, and I'm very proud that this is my number one holding in my portfolio. And let's see what else we got going on this week. I got $321.11 worth of distributions in my cash account. And see if I can't really move it right now, but I got $321.11, KQQQ, TDAQ, NVII, TSII, and QLDY, and 321 there, and I got 263 in my IRA on KQQQ, And I also made $181 on options. And this week's total was about $765. And the whole month, when I added everything up, I made about $6,400. And that's including my IRA and everything and options and everything. But 6,400 times 12 looks like that would be about $76,000 a year worth of income. And that's not a bad amount of income in my opinion. And hopefully I added everything right, but it looked like I made $765 this past week, $4,100 the week before, about $1,200 the week before that, and only like $339 the week before that. But like I said, I just wanted to share that. And I actually had a couple other exciting things happen this past week. On my YouTube channel, My Retirement Trading, I had a sit-down chop session with Paul Santori of BlossomSocial.com, and he's got a YouTube channel called Better Call Paul. And that was actually an amazing conversation. That's this video right here, the cover called ETF Insights. And then he's not really doesn't have a YouTube channel or anything, but he's on Blossom. I had a similar kind of sit down with Jesse Franklin of at Pinnacle Wealth on BlossomSocial.com. And this was a great conversation as well. So I've been blessed lately, had some really good conversations with different investors and got their take on things. So I'm really happy about that. And like I always say, none of this is financial advice or a recommendation. So, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments or suggestions, I would love to hear from you. With that being said, until next time, I will catch you all later.